So outside of the building world, what do you do? What fills your cup outside of building all these beautiful homes for these customers?
Yeah, I kind of don't want to admit it, but I enjoy playing pickleball a lot. I've kind of become addicted to it.
Yeah.
I love hanging out with my wife on the weekends. My wife has really gotten into working out the past couple years, and I enjoy working out, so we've been able to share that together. And then we've started going to a new church that's just now developing in Kerrville, and I think they're going to transfer to Fredericksburg, but we'll know more about that next week on our podcast with Josh. But man, I met Josh and Noel and at a really crucial time in mine and Sarah's life, to where we were really, really seeking God and really trying to figure out where our identity was in Christ, and we weren't, the best Christians in the world, but we wanted to be better, and so we were really trying to navigate that. And then the Lord brought Noel and Josh in our life, and then they're starting the church, and we've been able to be a part of that startup. And man, it's been a huge blessing, and really trying to stay in the Word, go to church on Sundays, Bible study on Mondays. Man, it just helps put me in a whole different mindset. Makes me very grateful for where I'm at, even when we're in the chaos of everyday life and business and starting podcasts and just a lot going on in life. Man, it just going to those meetings, I guess you could call it, just really sets the tone for the week to make me realize how grateful I am for the position I'm in, the team that I have, the people that I know, the friends that I have. And I just really, really try to die to self every day, and just be grateful for where I'm at, because there's a lot of people that have it way worse than I do. And I have a fully capable body. I have the opportunity to lead an awesome team, and yeah, I'm just incredibly grateful.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I think having God in your life, having Jesus in your life, and we're not, we're going to be upfront with you guys on this. This is definitely going to be a Christ-driven podcast for faith-based. That is very important for both of us in our lives. And I truly believe, and I'll probably talk about this more later, but having God first in your life, your wife and family is after that, and then work and everything else should be after that. So it's extremely important to start your day, your week off with Jesus, with with reading the Bible, being associated with young people like you are with these small groups. I mean, it is so important. That's what helps truly, I think, fill your cup on a daily basis. So I love the fact that you have gotten on the right path with that, because when we first met, I don't think you really were too much. You didn't really have too much of a devoted life, I guess, when it came to that. But that is definitely, I've seen you grow in that, and it's been really cool to watch for sure. But so the church, we're going to have him on, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh's name. What church is?
It's called the Gathering Place.
Gathering Place. Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to not make it too churchy, because sometimes, and this is how I felt going into church sometimes, was I feel like I had to put this mask on to walk in,
right?
And I just felt like I was being fake, and and so I really at the bottom, or at the end of the day, I just wanted to know Jesus and who Jesus was. I wanted to be in there, be in a room full of other sinners. I really wanted to really get to know Jesus and who Jesus is in the Bible.
Yeah.
And so with that, starting this group, or starting this church, being a part of this church has really helped us, and how Josh navigates his message really does navigate of who Christ is. There's no judgment. There's no, come as you are. We don't care, just as long as you're pursuing Jesus. That's
right.
That's it. Or interested in pursuing Jesus.
Right.
That's the main goal in life. Is I've learned through quitting drinking. I'm almost 2 years of no drinking.
Oh, that's incredible.
And then really getting into my faith, which has improved my discipline to where I didn't feel like I could go to vacation with my wife and to play pickleball, to go work out during the day. But somehow I've gained the discipline to manage all of it. And in a chaotic, what would be chaotic to most people, kind of just feels natural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love that. Love that. So pickleball, I know you have that going on, a couple times a week or once a week? It's basically weekly now at this point, right?
Yeah, I play like 4 times a week.
4 times a week.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
We're going to have on a guest here pretty soon, and she's going to be talking about the new racket center we have coming to Fredericksburg. Some of y'all may know about that. Some of y'all may not. But it's going to be a really cool development coming here. I think they're breaking ground on it soon. So that's going to be a great opportunity for you to get to know those people. And honestly, I need to get into pickleball myself. I know it's a great source. I'm a big CrossFitter. Steve and I are both hunters, but doing something that the family can really get into as well. I think pickleball is a great way with you and the wife, things like that. I don't know if Sarah play.
When I ask her to, she's not devoted like I am.
Right,
yeah.
right. But anyways, we got that coming here pretty soon too. So you got, and then lastly, just to talk about, our hunting life. We've kind of started something together too. We went our first hunt, which we have a whole nother episode coming on that too. But obviously you could tell we have a deer on the wall. We have another axis coming up here pretty soon. So we're both pretty big hunters too. So, I guess you want to touch a little bit on your hunting life a little bit too, and why you like that. What brings you joy when it comes to that?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, hunting has been off and on in a part of my life, and especially the Colorado hunt, dude. I mean, that was something special. It was our first go on public land and go not sit in front of a feeder and kill something, right? Like we had to go hunt.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of freedom in that, in the early mornings and spending your entire day on the top of a mountain and your phone not really going off, not having service. Man, I just feel like that's what life was originally supposed to be about. I don't think we're supposed to live in the chaos that we live in.
Right.
But it was, I don't know, it's like supernatural feeling, you know, and being on top of the mountain with buddies and, talking, and the walks and the carry out of your elk was exhausting. But man, it was so rewarding and so fulfilling. And, I didn't really like the coldness, but it was something special for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to get into that more later. We're going to have our two buddies who came on the hunt with us to talk about, kind of do a whole debrief on that experience that we had. It was absolutely incredible. More on that to come. So